Hey, this is the Tin Man here. I'm gonna tell a story here first. Recently not recently, but about 4 or 5 months back there, I was out in Vancouver a number of times for some appointments. And I'm just gonna put the phone down. And during one of those appointments, I went to a cannabis clinic to see what their prices were about and stuff, because they were on route of where I was going for therapy. The one time that I did stop in there, I did only stop in there the once, but there was an elderly gentleman. He ended up telling me his age. He was in his 80s, and he had recently. So he's just in the front lobby, and here, just a second here. So, he told me that, he didn't give me a limit on it, but it sounded like it was probably a few years back or something. He had received a flu shot, and it did a reverse effect on him, where it made his immune system sicker instead of making him stronger. So he was slowly just getting sicker and sicker quite aggressively, and at this in particular time when I seen him, you could tell he was he had been a healthy man, very healthy man, very active and all that. I'm just rolling a medicine for me right now, rolling a medicinal joint. So we talked a fair amount, and then the gentleman from the back of the store there, he came out and talked, and we kind of talked, and my clock was running there, so I had to get going. So one thing I did tell the elderly gentleman before I left, I said one thing, he went there on the recommendation of his doctor, telling him to his family doctor that's taken care of him probably for many years, telling him to look into cannabis and see if that would relieve some of the symptoms and such like that. So before me even walking out the door, I said, keep a positive attitude. Not necessarily, like if you try doing edibles, that might not be the way. If you try smoking it, that might be the way, might not be the way, different things like that. But basically, I just wanted to do a reminder video for the elderly population that, I wish I had more time to have stayed there with that gentleman and really made sure he was going to get into the full attempt of fully trying it out. Like mentally, because you have to prepare yourself mentally too. You got to start to know that you want to believe it's going to help you, the medicine. And then just don't hit it with a mentality that a lot of the young people, or even older people too, who really like to get ripped. That's fine that they like to. I'm not bad-mouthing it. But don't adopt that as your way. Not yet, anyways. You're just going for medicine first, and if you end up deciding that you like to get ripped sometimes, then that's what you will do. But don't let anybody push you into taking a large amount. Think for yourself and just know you can start out really slow and easy. You can take one puff and then stop and not take any for a half an hour if you want to, and go that slow. You can take one piece of the cookie or the piece of cake, like we're talking tiny piece, and wait 45 minutes, and then just increase like that. And those first few times are going to be the ones that you learn that you're going to be balancing yourself, and you're not going for a crazy ride. Going for some good health, trying to take care of yourself. So basically, this video is for the elderly in the community. And you know, if you have any questions or anything like that, I know a number of people. I could search out a couple answers for you or whatever, or someone good to recommend for advice. And other than that, just keep studying. And yeah, the elderly rock. We need you guys here. We need you guys to be smart and help with the young people, and it's all up to our job. I try very hard with my 4 children to make sure I'm influencing them to be intelligent with their whole ride, you know, with everything in their life. So cannabis doesn't make us stupid, and in some respects I would say it wisens a lot of us up. Wisens, I don't know if that's a word, but you know what I mean. So time for me to light and have a couple of dregs. I've got 2 in here right now, 2 different cannabises. One is a sativa that can get you going. I think the sativa heads you that way, and the other one's, what do you call it, where it's sativa and indica, hybrid. I've started using blue papers a little bit for a little bit of a cooler burn, slower burn. Trying not to work it hot. Get a better effect out of the CBDs if you bring them into their proper temperatures at a moderate rate and not overcook them with a really high amount of heat. Heat is what activates the CBDs. The CBDs are the main ingredient that will be helping you, or helping us, whoever needs. It helps everybody, even the people that don't realize it. And you do get a good dose of CBDs through smoking cannabis this way. So that's another thing. Herb, that's enough. If you wanted to get a good effect from CBDs, then the best thing to do would be, there's going to be a way to do it. So if you're a person that, say you wanted to take it just raw even, because people can do that with the plant, no problem taking it raw. If you wanted to, just like you're taking your other fruits and vegetables, if you wanted to do that, the thing about the CBDs is they are primarily, I'm not really sure what it would be, but activated by heat. So you would have to look deeper into that, because the CBDs is where you're really trying to come out. And sorry about the cat if you can hear him. He gets crabby and he wants to hang out with me all the time. So anyways, so that's about that on a little bit of information there. And if any of you grandpa and grandmas, I'm not a grandpa yet. Not yet. Not for a while. But want to hit me up with a question or anything like that, feel free. So yeah, this is for anybody, but primarily I might see about maybe doing a few more for the elderly, just to get them educated with at least the ways that I do my cannabis, and they could make their choice if they want to do it the same way. So this is the Tin Man signing off. Take care.